Okay, so close your eyes and imagine,
Okay.
imagine the year 1602. Amsterdam. You're standing on a dock, bustling, and a ship's about to set sail
Oh, wow.
for the East Indies.
Yeah.
But this isn't just any voyage. You've bought a share.
Uh-huh.
Like you and hundreds of others now own a tiny piece of the Dutch East India Company.
Okay.
And, like, your fortunes are tied to this journey.
That's the stock work.
That's the birth of the stock market. Today, we're diving deep into that. From those adventurous beginnings
Yeah.
to the force it is today, we'll be using the stock market, from Wall Street's origins to today's global empire, to guide us.
Okay. Sounds good.
You ready?
I am strapped in. What I think is incredible about that is it solved a problem. Only the super rich could finance these expeditions before. But by offering shares, suddenly anyone with a little money could get in on the action.
Right.
Shopkeepers, merchants, like they all had a chance.
So this idea, this share, it democratized investment.
Yeah. It gave birth to shareholder capitalism. Businesses could raise a ton of money and spread the risk. And ordinary people, they got a shot at investing in something big, powerful.
Okay, so people are buying and selling these shares. Where is this all happening?
Not on street corners.
No.
Enter the Amsterdam Stock Exchange.
Okay.
Same year, 1602, it becomes the world's first formal stock exchange. A hub for trading.
Oh, okay.
A place where you knew the deals were legit.
I can just imagine that marketplace.
Yeah.
Filled with the energy of possibility and maybe a little bit of chaos. Was it all smooth sailing from there?
It was lively,
Okay.
but under the frenzy,
Yeah.
a key ingredient, trust.
Trust. How does trust play into this? Buying and selling pieces of companies.
Imagine this. You hand over your hard-earned money for this piece of paper that says you own part of a company. You're trusting the company is real, the exchange is fair, your investment is safe, no trust, no system.
Across the bedrock. Okay, let's fast forward now. Across the Atlantic to a buttonwood tree on Wall Street. What happened there?
Okay, so picture this. A group of 24 stockbrokers in New York.
Okay.
They're tired of the chaotic trading in coffee houses and taverns.
Makes sense.
They want order, rules, a system.
So under that buttonwood tree, history was made.
They made the Buttonwood Agreement
Right.
in 1792, and that led to the New York Stock Exchange, the NYSE.
From brokers to the skyscrapers of Wall Street.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah. But how did that happen?
The Industrial Revolution was huge.
Okay.
Think of the steel magnates,
Yeah.
the railroad tycoons. These industries needed money to grow.
Okay.
Where did they turn? The NYSE?
So these industry titans, they fuel the growth of both
Uh-huh.
the American economy and the stock market.
Yeah.
That's a powerful connection. But didn't this come with some risks?
Oh, yes. Booms and busts.
Right.
The stock market is deeply connected to human psychology.
Okay.
When we're optimistic, prices soar. But when fear takes over,
Right.
the market can crash.
We've seen that, haven't we? Like 1929, the Great Crash. What led to that?
The 1920s were wild, a lot of speculation.
Yeah.
People were buying stocks with borrowed money, driving prices up, but it couldn't last. 1929, boom, the bubble burst, billions wiped out, and the world spirals into the Great Depression.
A stark reminder that what goes up can come down. So how do we prevent another crash like that?
Well, they realized they needed rules. In the U.S., they created the SEC in 1934.
The SEC, the watchdog of Wall Street. Did it work?
The SEC and other similar organizations, they aimed to bring transparency and prevent fraud, make the stock market safer. But the market is complex. Even with regulations, human emotions and unexpected events can still create volatility. Think of it this way. You can put up guardrails on a winding mountain road, but it's still winding mountain road.
It's still risky. So even with all the safety measures, there's still risk. It's like sailing those uncharted waters back in the 1600s. But then came the internet, and everything changed again, right?
You could say that. The internet, it was a revolution.
Yeah.
It opened up the stock market. Companies like E-Trade, they allowed anyone with an internet connection to buy and sell stocks without a broker.
So no more frantic phone calls. You could just, with the click of a button.
It was a wake-up call for Wall Street.
Oh, yeah.
They weren't the only ones calling the shots anymore. Individuals had power.
Right.
They had more access to information. The internet democratized finance.
Power to the people, right.
Yeah.
But the internet brought more than just access, right? What about high-frequency trading?
High-frequency trading. It does sound like sci-fi.
Yeah, a little bit.
But imagine algorithms trading way faster than any human. They analyze market data, they find opportunities, and they execute trades in milliseconds.
Milliseconds. How much of the market is driven by that?
Like over 70% of trades in the U.S.
Machines making the decisions.
It's a complex question.
Yeah.
We're still figuring it out. On one hand, HFT can make the market more efficient, easier to trade.
Right.
But are these algorithms creating an uneven playing field?
That's a good point.
We don't know.
It's like a whole new era is unfolding. Yeah. And it's not just algorithms, is it? We've got blockchain and cryptocurrencies as well.
Yeah. Blockchain behind cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin has the potential to disrupt things even further. Imagine shares are traded on decentralized platforms. 247 with no middlemen.
Cutting out the middleman? That sounds radical. What are the benefits? Risks?
Benefits could be huge. Blockchain could make trading more efficient, more transparent, open to a wider range of people. But there are risks. Security is paramount.
Of course.
If a blockchain platform is hacked, that would be bad. And regulation. How do you regulate a decentralized system across borders?
It sounds like we're on the verge of another massive shift.
It feels that way. And as we journey deeper, understanding the stock market's past, its evolution, it all becomes even more crucial.
From Amsterdam to a global force powered by algorithms and blockchain.
Crazy, right?
What a ride. Let's pause here and reflect on this incredible transformation we've seen so far.
Welcome back. Before we get into the future, let's take a step back and look at the scale of this global financial web.
Okay, zoom out for me. Just how big is this? Stocks and trading.
It's mind-boggling. Every major country has a stock exchange. Tokyo, Shanghai, London, New York, all interconnected, buzzing with activity. It's like a circulatory system for the world's economy.
It's not just about Wall Street anymore. It's a network.
Exactly. And the numbers are wild. The total value of all companies on global exchanges, over $100 trillion.
Trillions. Wow.
Yeah.
Trillions of dollars flowing through this thing. It must impact everyone, right?
Absolutely. The stock market drives economic growth. It gives businesses capital. They need to expand, create jobs, develop technologies. And individuals, they can invest, grow their wealth, be part of something.
So it's not just a playground for the wealthy.
Not at all.
It affects us all.
It does. It's an ecosystem with winners and losers, growth and uncertainty. But it shows human ingenuity, our drive to innovate.
Okay. But we can't ignore the challenges, right? Crashes, automation, blockchain. What else is there?
Well, our world is interconnected.
Right.
So the stock market faces new pressures like climate change.
Climate change? What does that have to do with the stock market?
More than you think. As the world goes low carbon, certain industries will be disrupted. Fossil fuel companies, for example.
Right.
If oil and gas demand falls, their value could plummet. But companies focused on renewable energy, they could see huge growth.
Climate change creates both risks and opportunities.
Exactly. You have to adapt, understand, make decisions. And it's not just climate change. Rising inequality, political instability, tensions. These can shake investor confidence, create volatility. It's hard to predict.
So many factors.
Yeah, like the weather.
Yeah, that makes sense. It sounds like the future is uncertain.
Uncertainty is always there.
True.
When human behavior is involved.
Yeah.
Those early Dutch merchants, taking a gamble. They didn't know if their ships would come back.
That's true.
But they were driven by belief in the future.
They were pioneers.
They were.
We're all pioneers now, in a way.
Yeah.
Navigating this landscape.
Like sailing on a vast ocean.
Yeah.
Uncharted territories, unexpected storms.
Exciting and scary.
It is. We need to be adaptable, informed, a little brave.
Yeah.
Because the market is a powerful engine for progress.
So what does this all mean for the average person who's not an expert but wants to understand?
We need to demystify it, make it less intimidating and accessible.
Less jargon, more plain English.
Exactly.
Less short-term gains, more long-term sustainability.
Empower people to make decisions. Understand it's not a casino. It's a reflection of our hopes for the future.
And it all comes back to trust.
It does. Trust that the system is fair, companies are responsible, investments are protected.
Right. We've talked about technological disruption, global uncertainty, transparency, ethics. But it can also shape a better future.
It can. And we have to remember, it's not just a numbers game. It's a human story. Our ingenuity, our flaws, our aspirations.
We've covered a lot. from Amsterdam to algorithms, from the roaring 20s to today.
The history, the triumphs, the failures.
I'm in awe of it all.
It's amazing. But before we conclude, let's consider this. What does the future hold for this world of the stock market?
It's amazing, really. This system, all this power, it evolved from a simple idea, trading pieces of companies. Who could have imagined? Those early shares?
Yeah.
They paved the way for trillions of dollars and a network that affects all of us.
It's human ingenuity.
Yeah.
Our world is so interconnected.
Yeah.
What started as funding for voyages, it's now a system that drives economies, fuels innovation. It shapes the destinies of billions.
And it's not just numbers.
No.
It's the hopes behind those numbers.
Exactly.
The people affected by every tick of the market.
Every trade, every fluctuation, it tells a story. The entrepreneurs seeking funding, the family investing for their kids, the retiree depending on their savings.
It's not a cold machine. It reflects us, our hopes, fears, ambition, a mirror to our experience.
It is. And as we go forward with all these uncertainties, we have to remember that it's a powerful tool.
It is.
It can be good, driving progress, but it can also be misused, leading to instability.
So how do we make sure it serves humanity? How do we harness the good while, mitigating the risks?
That's the big question. No easy answer. But it starts with education.
Yeah, I agree.
Empowering people to understand, make decisions, hold people accountable.
Knowledge is power. The more we understand, the better equipped we are to shape the future.
It's about recognizing that we're not just watching this, we're all part of it. Yeah. Our choices, our investments, they shape the market and the world.
Wow. We've covered a lot, from the early days of trade to algorithms and instant transactions.
Yeah.
But the human element is still there.
It is. Ambition, fear, the desire for a better future.
So I'm left with a wonder and a bit of, apprehension, but also hope. We've come so far.
The stock market is more than just numbers. It reflects us. It's a tool, for good or ill, and its fate is tied to ours.
It really is. As we go forward, we have to keep that in mind. It's a reflection of us and the future we want to create. So one last thought. Yeah. What role do you want to play in shaping this future of the stock market and the world we share?